How did you know? How did you discern what God was calling you to
Well,
do as you opened up these other avenues of ministry?
because I asked God, what can I do for you? So, listeners, beware. Do not ask God, what can you do for him if you're not prepared. Because I heard a voice of God in my heart one day when I was driving from church, and then I was passing by a bridge where the homeless were living. And then I heard this voice, and he said, look at your left side. I looked, and I saw about 100 men and women living in cardboard boxes. And the Lord said, you go under the bridge and help these people. And that's when I said, no, not me. But then God reminded me that I asked him.
Yes.
So I said, God, forgive me. I will go. What could I take to the people? So he said, blankets. And that was the beginning. Hey, when you hear the voice of God, the next day I did it. I bought blankets. I immediately obeyed God. So this is what you call unconditional obedience.
All right, Susie, there's something that you have put together. There's a project, a film project, and I am hearing about the awards,
Yes.
the recognition that this film has received. So before we start talking about that area and the recognition you've received and how God's really used this, what's it about?
Well, every July, we called it Christmas in July. This is another pillar of our ministry. So every July, Operation Care would leave our home in Dallas and we go to another country where there's a big need, homeless and poor. Well, remember Ukraine war, 2022. So God called us to go to Ukraine in person. And so we went to Hungary, Romania, Ukraine, and Poland. And we provided 5,000 Bibles to Ukrainian orphans. And also we washed feet, we gave away socks and shoes and backpacks and t-shirts and food and also school supplies and Bibles. And out of that, the miracle was so incredible from the time we arrived from Dallas to Hungary. Miracles started happening. We did not plan to do a film, but we have an Emmy Award-winning movie producer that was with us that time.
Oh.
He did not plan to do any film, but at the end of our trip in Poland, that was the fourth country, he told me, he said, Susie, I needed to do a documentary. The miracles were too many that the Lord is speaking to my heart that I need to do a documentary. Guess what? We did a documentary. It's called In God's Hand. In God's Hand, it was based from a jacket of a Ukrainian police at the border when we were going from Romania to Ukraine. When the police turned his back, there was a big word at the back. It said, in God's hand. And miracles continues to follow us. And then a movie was formed, a documentary movie, now become an award-winning, 3 awards now, 2 best documentaries, and also 1 best missionary film in abroad. And then now we are asked by European Film Festival, a Christian film festival, for September to present our movie to them. And also it will be shown in London in May.